Good afternoon, everyone. We all love football. This is America. We grow up playing football. We watch football on Fridays. You head after high school, you head down to the field, you're watching the players warm up, even if you don't got family members or anybody, you're supporting the town, the team, everybody's there. Saturdays, college football. People are watching all over the world. People are packing in to the universities, parking everywhere, tailgating, the whole 10 yards. The NFL even bigger than college football. The NFL is the United States' biggest moneymaker in sports. People love it. People flock to it, and people want to be like they say on TV. So they're out there practicing and starting off at a young age. But I can argue that it's not really the best to start at a young age with tackle football. So these kids are out here, they don't understand yet. There's a way to tackle. There is a way to throw your body and bring someone down, and it's not just throwing your body at them. So these kids are out here, they see what they see on TV, these big hits and things, but they don't know how to execute it. So they really just flail their bodies and try to bring these kids down, and a lot of times they lean with their head. So when you lean with the crown of your head, you can't see anything. So if you get hit the wrong way, your neck can turn, you can, something with your spine or your vertebrae, and it can cause, life problems. And it's sad to see some of these kids 7, 8 years old playing this and developing these problems so early. You can even become paralyzed from hits, and it happens more than a lot of people think. The thing that I wanted to talk about is flag football is such a better alternative until these kids become around 11 to 12 years old, when they really can start controlling what they do with their bodies. Because like I said earlier, these kids are so young, they flail their bodies, they just bring you down any way possible. Once you hit around 11 or 12, you're starting to hit those teenage years, you're starting to really mature more and really understand things. So you can really work on your form tackling, and you can listen to the coaches and understand. As early as these kids are hitting, they're developing CTE. CTE is a chronic traumatic progressive degenerative disease. That sounds as bad as it is. It is a disease found in the brain after repetitive hits over and over and over, and a lot of these kids are developing it so early. It can happen without concussions. It can happen with concussions. Most of the time, you'll get a concussion. A lot of these people today in the NFL are starting to retire early. They're in their 5 years, 6 years, because their brains they're scared. After these past few years, a lot of suicides have been happening in the NFL. People, they just don't know what they're doing. Their brain is so severely damaged that they don't know what they're doing. So they're either committing suicide, which is awful, or they're going to jail, or they're just committing crimes that they would never do. If you don't believe me that these people are developing CTE as early as they are, 21% of high school players have CTE. 21%. Some people can argue that they got this before high school, or maybe they did it at home at another place, maybe, but that's just a big number to me. This number should scare a lot of people too. 91% of college players have CTE. 91%. So that's a major jump from 21 to 91%. But the thing is, these 21% of high school players, they're just high school players. So 91% are players that got recruited, they got looked at, they were scouted to come play. So football is their main passion. So if that tells you anything, a lot of these people are getting CTE just in football. 99% of players in the NFL have CTE. 99%. That is the entire NFL pretty much. There's a handful of players that don't have it, and those are probably the punters and some quarterbacks that don't play. This is a real thing that people need to understand that is going on, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. They're developing helmets to try to counter balance it, but I don't think that's working, especially in our young generation. That's why I said I think flag football is a great alternative. It teaches them the fundamentals of football without the tackling. It teaches them, what flags are, what offsides are. You can't do this, you can't do that. Quarterback, you got your running back, you got your offensive line. It teaches them these basic fundamentals without the hard hitting yet. Once they turn 11, 12, like I said earlier, they can get in there, they can work on their form tackling, they can work with experienced coaches, not dads that watch the NFL and things like that, and it's something that's very important to me. And once I have kids, that I know that I will put them in flag football if they want to play football, and once they get to a certain age, they can make that choice if they want to keep and going about it. And um, I think that flag football is a great alternative. Thanks, guys.